Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Tuesday as we are consolidating in an extremely important range of 49,700 and 44,800 right now. And there's so many different things happening inside of this range here with a new monthly open at 47,000, the previous weekly open and weekly open around that $48,000 to $49,000 level, and the 200-day moving average sitting at 46,000. There's a lot going on, and that's why I think this is going to be an extremely important video to talk about the importance of if Bitcoin does see a break of 44,800 or if Bitcoin does see a break of 49,700, how's that going to affect Ethereum and other altcoins? And more importantly, what is that going to mean for Bitcoin in a more macro perspective? Because we know 44,800 breaks. That puts us below the 200-day moving average. So why wouldn't the bears try to take us lower if we're already below the 200-day moving average? That's my concern right now. If we break 46,000, we really want to start seeing some candles towards 49,700 at this point if we want to assume some upside. And this is really going to determine what happens to the other parts of this market. Because remember, on our channel, we're 4 and 3 dimensional, not 2-dimensional analysts. And so with Ethereum right now showing strength against Bitcoin, it was able to rescue itself at 65,000 Satoshis, causing this Ethereum to US dollar price to test 34.54, which is a extremely important resistance. And realize this, when you come to a destination, you will either have a cup of coffee at that destination or you will reach the destination and turn right around. And so far, we're having a cup of coffee here at this destination. Does this assume Ethereum could potentially break towards 3650 and even potentially the $4,000 level? This is really going to be determined on Bitcoin being able to get itself to 49,700 for the most part. But if Bitcoin stays above 44,800, here's the interesting thing. Because the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is showing strength at 65,000 Satoshis, and we saw now a second bullish continuation candle, there's a potential Ethereum could see some potential highs, maybe new all-time highs, if Bitcoin just has to stay above 44,800, right? This is a huge puzzle piece that's on the table that I want to talk about. And as I mentioned yesterday, we've been really trying to solidify our thesis on what's happening with others' dominance and Bitcoin dominance as we head into the next phase of this market cycle, because Bitcoin dominance is yet to form any further lows since the May top. So we're assuming that there's a potential reversal in trend coming for Bitcoin dominance. But what I talked about yesterday, which would be very interesting since Bitcoin against Ethereum saw weakness yesterday, and Ethereum to Bitcoin really, held this 65,000 Satoshi support level. That's why our numbers are extremely important on this channel. Could we make an assumption that this market cycle, even if Bitcoin dominance comes up, the Ethereum dominance chart is also going to see upside? And that would be very interesting, because that means that not only are altcoins moving into Bitcoin as a hedge against downside in the market, but they could also be moving into Ethereum now, being that it's just as institutionally graded as Bitcoin. It has CME futures and so forth, and it's the only altcoin that has that. I mean, could we really call it an altcoin at this point? This is a very interesting puzzle piece, because with Bitcoin dominance coming up, others' dominance would potentially start to come down. But if Ethereum makes up the majority of others' dominance, it might not be that bad for others' dominance, but that could affect some of the smaller and mid-cap coins, because Bitcoin dominance coming up would definitely affect the smaller ones. And so there's a lot of dynamics playing part, and we're really taking advantage of the volatility inside of this consolidation range, especially here with Bitcoin right now, being the fact that we're in this extremely important range of 49,700 and 44,800. I really think that monitoring price action in the smaller time frames as we come to test some of these more important levels, like the monthly open, which is now going to be just kind of sitting here at 47,000. If we come below or above that, are we going to be able to hold it? These are the things that we want to start watching inside of this consolidation range to get the early confirmation of which direction Bitcoin is going to choose to go. And so depending on how this plays out, we're going to obviously have to play altcoins in a very, cautious manner, I would say, with the potential Bitcoin dominance coming up if Bitcoin's price comes down. For those that are trading Ethereum, in the Discord, I sent out 3 trades that were long for Ethereum starting in the $3,200 range. I actually took another $1 million position on Ethereum, and that ended up very well. I know I took a short as well the other day, but it's because we're seeing so much of this volatility and price action. I was $71,000 in profit on this trade. I ended up taking profits around $50,000. But, here's an example of how we can play altcoins during this type of kind of dance with Bitcoin inside of this range. If Ethereum right now breaks to 3650, that could be a nice short-term sell trade down back to 3454, and so you take a short there and make another 100% on your money, and then we come down here, maybe you take a long depending on what happens in the smaller time frames. I think that would be the best thing to do in the market right now, outside of the smaller cap and mid cap altcoins and just investing in them. I think taking advantage of these these ranges that are pretty clear and concise while Bitcoin is having a cup of coffee is a very good benefit of what you can do to take advantage of this market right now. So with Ethereum right now, it's really a game of resistance right now. We're having a cup of coffee at this 3454 level. It looks like it's not the final destination. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out. Does this mean Bitcoin comes up above 49,700? Does this mean that Bitcoin just has to stay above 44,800 for this to happen? That's going to be very interesting to see. I think we'll get a lot of those hints on the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, which is a leading indicator for altcoins. But that could change if Bitcoin dominance starts to move up. So, that's why we're in such a very dynamic market. We have to be like Bruce Lee and be like water and be nimble and be able to change and adapt quick. Like with, Ethereum to Bitcoin coming here to 65,000 Satoshis, we're like, all right, that's it. But then it saw one bullish candle continuation to test resistance. I said, all right, you know what? No more shorting Ethereum. That's it. And now look what happened. It starts to move up. So, this moving up, it has a chance to go to 86,000 Satoshis. That could bring Ethereum to new all-time highs here, right? And so what does Bitcoin have to do, or what is Bitcoin going to do in order for this to happen is really the question. Does it need to get above 49,700, or does it just have to stay above 44,800? We'll see this happen soon, and and so that's going to be very interesting to watch, I think. And so others' dominance will be affected if Bitcoin dominance comes up, and that's why we have to now kind of isolate Ethereum now, I think. And so there's a way we can actually look at all the altcoins outside of Ethereum and the stable coins instead of just looking at these, kind of cookie cutter dominance charts, which we might want to start putting up on the channel, because I think that would be important to monitor. So you kind of get in my drift here. So it's like the Ethereum dominance now should be isolated from other altcoins, in my opinion. It shouldn't be considered an altcoin. It's institutionally graded. And I think that having that firm mindset will really allow you to navigate the market in a more specific manner where okay, Ethereum is also a hedge like Bitcoin, especially with deflationary aspects it has now and with ETH 2.0 coming. So, I think that's certainly some food for thought. The DXY puzzle piece here, we did hold 92.62 with a sort of bullish candle here yesterday. I mean, it was still red, but let's monitor this. If this starts to move up, this could have just been the last point of support before further upside. This has been on the tear. So let's monitor the DXY. Seeing some upside here could affect the traditional markets, and it's kind of weird right now because S&P 500 is just sitting at new all-time highs, but now we're seeing gold starting to move, precious metals and commodities, especially gold moving, shows a little bit more fear in institutional capital and traditional markets. I don't know. Is this giving us a little bit of a hint of what's going to happen next? Because commodities sometimes are a leading indicator, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's analysis. I certainly enjoy doing this for each and every one of you. If you want to win Mastering Bitcoin, one of my favorite textbooks on Bitcoin, all comments are legible, and we'll wrap up this video. Let's see here. Jad Alexander says, love the to-do list. Almost fell off my chair in laughter. Send me a message on Instagram, brother. I know that notification stuff came up yesterday on my video. And with that, Thank you all for tuning in today to the Snipers channel. Until next time, snipers